A billionaire fell in love with his maid, but she was planted by his enemy. The sound of a gun clicked in the quiet living room. Bayo slowly raised his hands, heart pounding. "Tasha, what are you doing?" Her hands trembled, but the gun stayed pointed at him. Tears streamed down her face. "I'm sorry, Bayo." A slow clap echoed from behind her. Bayo turned sharply, his breath caught. "Tolu?" A shadow stepped forward. "Well, you look shocked," Tolu said with a cold smile. "You should be."
Welcome to Love and Lies Tales, where passion meets betrayal, and every story hides a dark secret. Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notification for more intriguing stories. Tell me in the comment section which city you're watching from, and what day did this video find you on.
Bayo Adebayo was not a man you played with. At 38, he had built a multi-billion-dollar empire across Texas: oil, real estate, tech. Born to a Nigerian father and an American mother, he carried both worlds with confidence and control. Women loved him. Men respected him. Enemies feared him. But there was one thing Bayo had buried deep inside himself: love. "Feelings make you weak," he once said, "and weakness is expensive." Years ago, someone broke him. Since then, he kept things simple, fun. No strings, no emotions, and it worked perfectly, until the day a woman walked into his house and quietly changed everything. That evening, Bayo walked into his mansion, loosening his tie. "Mr. Tom, I need quiet tonight," he said, stepping in. "Yes, sir." Bayo stopped. A woman stood in the kitchen, elegant, calm, focused. She turned slowly. "Good evening, sir." Bayo frowned. "Who are you?" Mr. Tom rushed in nervously. "Sir, this is the new maid, Tasha. You asked me to hire someone after Mrs. Smith resigned." Bayo blinked, remembering faintly. "Oh, right." He studied her for a second longer than necessary. "Fine, just make sure everything runs smoothly." "Yes, sir," she replied. As he walked away, he paused, then glanced back. Tasha was already back to work, not staring at him, not impressed. That was new. Days passed, then weeks. Tasha wasn't like the others. She didn't flirt, didn't try to impress him, didn't even seem interested in his wealth. One evening, Bayo sat at the dining table. He took a bite of the food and paused. "This is really good." "Thank you," she replied simply. "What did you cook?" "Grilled salmon, garlic butter sauce." Bayo nodded slowly. "You've done this professionally before." "A long time ago," she said. Another night. Rain fell softly outside. They sat in the living room. "Why are you working here?" Bayo asked. Tasha looked at the screen. "Because I need to." "That's not an answer." She turned to him. "Not every story needs to be told immediately." Bayo smirked. "You're different." "I get that a lot." She responded and sipped her wine. And somehow, that made him want to know more. Late night, movie playing, soft light. Silence settled between them. Bayo leaned closer. Their eyes locked. He moved in. Tasha pulled back. Immediately, Bayo froze. "What's wrong?" "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "I can't do this." "Why not?" "Because I know how this ends." His expression hardened. "And how does it end?" "I become just another story you forget." That hit him. "You don't know me." "I know your pattern." Silence. Then Bayo stood up. Cold. "Don't assume you're special." Tasha didn't respond. She simply walked away. For days, Bayo ignored her. No greetings, no eye contact. But something bothered him. She didn't chase him, didn't apologize, didn't even react. One morning, "I overreacted," Bayo said. Tasha looked at him calmly. "You did?" He blinked. "That's it? What else do you want me to say?" He sighed. "I'm not used to being rejected." She smiled slightly. Maybe that's exactly why you needed it. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. Then he laughed, and just like that, the tension broke. They started spending more time together, talking late into the night, laughing, sharing stories. Bayo looked at her differently, not as a maid, but as a woman, a real one. And slowly, they fell in love. Or at least, that's what Bayo believed. He trusted her, and when she started asking questions about his business, his finances, his family investments, he didn't think twice. She just cares, he told himself. As time went by, she already knew too much. He gave her access to his finances, completely unaware that he was giving away his empire piece by piece. That was the moment everything changed. One night, Tasha sat alone in her room. Her phone rang. "Tolu," she said quietly. "Talk to me," he replied. "He trusts me now." "Good. Then we move forward. You have 1 week to start making the transactions." She hesitated. "He's not what you said." Tolu's voice turned cold. "You don't know him more than I do. Don't forget your job." "I haven't," she said, but her voice wasn't convincing. 1 week, Tolu repeated. The call went dead. She stared at herself in the mirror. "What are you doing?" she whispered. For the first time, she looked conflicted. Few days later, everything started falling apart. Bayo's company began losing money. Deals were collapsing. Confidential information was leaking. He couldn't understand it. One night, Bayo walked toward the hallway. He heard voices. Tasha's voice, low, urgent. "I said I'll handle it." He paused, stepped closer. The door opened suddenly. Tasha froze. "So, who are you talking to?" Bayo asked. She hesitated, then smiled. "My sister." Something in his chest tightened, but he ignored it. "All right," he said, and walked away. That was the moment he should have questioned everything, but he didn't, because he loved her. I know you're wondering who Tolu is. Now let me take you back a bit. 7 years ago, Tolu and Bayo were brothers in everything but blood. Business partners, close friends. They built an empire together, until one deal went wrong. Very wrong. Tolu was arrested. Fraud. Embezzlement. He went to prison. 6 years. And Bayo, he never showed up. No call, no visit, not once. To Tolu, that wasn't just betrayal. It was abandonment, and the abandonment turned to anger. Anger turned to hatred. So in prison, he made a plan. "If I ever get out," he said one night, staring into the dark, "I'll take everything from him." After his release, Tolu moved quietly. Step 1. Remove Mrs. Smith, Bayo's maid, a middle-aged woman who had worked for Bayo's family for more than 15 years. Tolu approached her with money, a lot of it. "Just resign," he told her. Reluctantly, she agreed. Step 2. Mr. Tom, Bayo's house manager, who had worked as a janitor for Bayo's father. This time, it wasn't money, it was threat. "Your daughter," Tolu said calmly, showing him a photo. "Make sure Tasha gets the job, or things get complicated." Mr. Tom had no choice. Step 3. Tasha, beautiful, smart, calculated, perfect for the job. Her mission? Get close to Bayo, gain his trust, destroy him from the inside, back to present. As time passed, Bayo started noticing some things about Tasha. She wouldn't take certain calls in his presence, talked in a low voice, and sometimes ended calls the moment he entered the room. He became suspicious and jealous. Tasha might be seeing someone else, he thought. One evening, Tasha told him she was going to meet her friend. When she left, Bayo followed her. She walked into an old building. Bayo waited, then entered quietly. And that's when he saw her, standing with a man. "Good job, Tasha," a familiar voice said. Bayo stepped forward. "Tolu?" Tolu turned slowly, smiling dangerously. Surprised? Bayo's chest tightened. What is this? What's going on here? You two know each other? Tasha, baby, are you okay? Is he threatening you? Bayo asked, looking confused. 6 years, Tolu said. Bayo, 6 years in prison, and not one visit. You think I betrayed you? Bayo snapped. You let me rot in prison. You made that deal behind my back. You shrugged. I didn't make the deal behind your back, Bayo. We agreed on it together, you and I, but you didn't show up at the meeting. And when the deal went wrong, you let me take the fall. Silence. Tolu stepped closer. I didn't just want to take everything from you, he said. I wanted you to feel what I felt. He looked at Tasha, and she helped me do it. Bayo turned to her. Was anything real? His voice broke. Tasha hesitated. That silence was louder than any answer. Tolu reached into his jacket, pulled out a gun, and handed it to Tasha. Finish it, he said. Bayo's heart dropped. Tasha took the gun. Her hands trembled slightly. She pointed it at Bayo. Tears filled her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispered. Seconds felt like hours. Then she lowered the gun. I can't do this. Tolu's smile vanished. What? I can't, she repeated. Tolu's face hardened. You had one job. And I did it, she snapped. Killing him was never part of the deal. Tolu grabbed the gun back angrily. Then I will. Before he could pull the trigger, bang! Police arrived. Mr. Tom had called them earlier, suspecting something was wrong. Tolu was arrested. As he was taken away, he looked at Bayo. This isn't over. Bayo stood still, broken. He glanced at Tasha. I loved you. She nodded. I know, but you still destroyed me. She said nothing, because there was nothing left to say. She walked away, and this time, he let her go. Some betrayals don't come from enemies. They come from the people you trust the most. If you were Bayo, what would you do? Would you forgive her, or walk away forever? Would you ever love again? Drop your answer in the comments. Like this video if this story kept you hooked. Subscribe for more powerful stories, because the next one might be even more thrilling.